Are we really following Jesus? Or are we following Jesus plus the American dream?
Society puts these things on us that you need the boat, you need the nice big house. It's keeping up with Jones's mindset.
Okay. But who's Jones?
I don't know.
Who are they?
Who are the Joneses?
Who do?
I know the Smiths.
Why do they get to decide everybody's criteria for success? If we're living for God, He's going to call us into uncomfortable waters.
No.
He's going to call us into doing uncomfortable things. Are you doing things that aren't making you uncomfortable? And is it really God's will for you? Or is it, God bless my plans, approve of my blueprint?
Yeah.
Don't touch my comfort,
Yeah.
don't touch my money, and don't touch my timeline.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Crazy Unbelievable Faith. I'm your co-host, Brian Owen, alongside my wife, Kersha.
Hi.
Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody has kicked off the year, made their resolutions, had a great holiday season.
Well, can we talk about resolution versus intention?
Well, I was going to say, I'm curious how many, by the time this comes out, how many have already scrubbed their New Year's resolutions by now? So
True.
as most, it doesn't last very long, but that's okay.
Yeah. Are you comfortable now?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, today we are going to be talking about the American dream versus God's plan.
It's deep.
Ooh. It is also fiery.
The American dream versus God's plan.
I mean, can we just say this from a real take? Side note, I for once look taller than Brian, and I'm not taller.
Just sit down here. It's all right.
Okay. Let's be real. Are we really following Jesus? Or are we following Jesus plus the American dream? Is it this overlapping, like, I'll do God's will as long as we're staying comfortable?
Yeah.
And the grindstone that comes along with that.
Well, I'm going to go back to the very beginning. Like, what is the American dream?
Well, yeah, let's discuss that. 2.5 kids, a white picket fence, go to college, get good grades.
We surpassed the 2.5. We would have went with 5, so it's fine.
We doubled
We're
it.
compensating, I guess, for those that didn't want to have kids. So
Or that didn't have halves.
Or
I don't know how you have half kids.
I would love to see a half kid wandering around in society. That's, I don't know.
No, I
would
wouldn't.
be different.
I wouldn't.
Okay, that's fine. But I want to kind of challenge our viewers and listeners of, we've been told what the American dream was, or we've been fed what the American dream was.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For a lot of years. And
well, I think this new generation, like the generation in which we're having our children.
Whatever they call it. I don't even know. A, B, Z, whatever it's called.
Well, I think you can be in either generation and still be raising a 15-year-old. But we have decided that the American dream is not go to school, get good grades, go to college, get good grades, get a good job, and you're set for life.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us have experienced the consequences of selling ourselves out to good grades and still having the same stressors that our parents had.
It's true.
Right?
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all lost a job.
Yeah.
We've all not been guaranteed the job because the job required experience.
Mm-hmm.
But college doesn't give you experience. It gives you education.
Or you have a job and they say, we want you to apply for it. Oh, wait, you don't have the requirements for that job. And yet you're trying to apply so that you could better yourself, but you don't have the requirements. It's like we set these, I'm going to say monopoly mindset, monopoly types of ideas. It's like playing with monopoly money.
Well, society
does that. Yeah, I'm not us as people, but society puts these things on us that you need the boat, you need the nice big house. It's keeping up with Jones's mindset.
Okay.
Um,
But who's Jones?
I don't know.
Who are they?
Who are the Joneses?
Who do?
I know the Smiths.
Why do they get to decide everybody's criteria for success?
I'm very hot. This new setup. Like, we're very close. I am hot right now, just so you know, like, temperature-wise. Like,
in multiple ways.
Oh, I feel like I'm sitting down on the couch. Give me like the whole of the couch to make herself look taller. It's fine. It's okay. We'll just switch sides next time. It's fine. But we're kind of changing the background up a little bit. But I am hot.
We have dressed up our studio.
That's right. Gotta add some
flavor.
Fribbles. Whatever. I don't know. So back to the American dream, though.
Okay.
But we have been fed that.
Yeah.
From the Joneses, from school, from whatever. I mean, you think of K-12, 13 years of public education or private or whatever people did, education of some sort, of 13 plus years of that. And then if you go into post-secondary or whatever. So you have 13 plus years that's been fed to you to go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and you'll be comfortable. You'll be happy. But we know a lot of people, we have gone through unhappy seasons having walked that path.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think, be it school, be it your church, be it your community, be it the Joneses, the Smiths, whoever it was that came up with that, keeping up with them, I think we have to truly make
some rapper.
Make that conscious
Chris Jones.
Conscious decision to we have to make that conscious decision. Am I chasing the material things, or am I chasing the things that God has put in my life?
Well,
fair.
I'm going to say it better.
Oh.
Am I chasing earth or am I chasing heaven?
Okay. Yeah. Because there's scripture that says that if you place your treasures on earth, dust and rust and moth and all that will destroy it. But if it's placed in heaven, then, and I butchered that. It's fine.
Totally.
It's very fine. But
are we at a meat counter? Because you butchered that for sure.
Let's keep going. It's fine.
Okay. But here's the point that I want to get to. If we're trying to live the American dream and not live for God, then the only thing that we're going to do is seek earthly pleasures, okay? But if we're living for God, He's going to call us into uncomfortable waters.
Yeah.
He's going to call us into doing uncomfortable things.
Well.
So my challenge to you is...
Oh, you're already throwing challenges out. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a New Year challenger. Okay. Are you doing things that aren't making you uncomfortable? And is it really God's will for you? Or is it, God, bless my plans, approve of my blueprint?
Yeah.
Don't touch my comfort.
Yeah.
Don't touch my money. And don't touch my timeline. Because if that's the way in which you're coasting through life, then you really are trying to say, I will follow Jesus plus the American dream.
Yeah.
Rather than, I will follow Jesus, and that will be totally countercultural. I remember when we at one point, we had a boat, and our oldest was little. Actually, you bought the boat before we even got married.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like the summer before we got married, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I ended up losing my job, and 2 weeks before we got married.
Yeah.
And I gave him every out, like.
Oh, yeah,
I come with a car.
She's like, are you sure you want to marry
me? And a little student loan debt. And a little by like $15,000.
A little, yeah.
It was a little in comparison. Absolutely. But enough for me to say, do you really love me? Because you're like taking on me, all of my childhood baggage. And
but I want to go back. I want to go back to the boat. We had several friends. I remember them coming. They're like, don't do this. You're going to regret it. And it was like, we had it in our mind. Well, I did for sure. Like,
are you talking about buying or selling it?
Buying the boat. all the joy, all the things, the memories you're going to make on it. Like, it was going to be awesome. And friends were saying, don't. They're like, trust me, the best boat is your buddy's boat. And I was like, okay. Well, when we got it, we had it. It was like, man, we can handle payments. That's all that went through my mind. It wasn't, oh, let's just pay cash for it or let's save up for it. It was because it had been fed. It's like, hey, just, you can, it's 0% for this. Like that was kind of the mindset, the mode that I got into. Because I was making good money.
Well, and at the time, we didn't have a buddy that had a boat.
I didn't. But my mindset at the time was you worked hard, we played hard. Like I was work hard mode full time, and then I played hard. We both played hard.
Really?
And yeah.
No.
And then kids came along, and then that boat, it was there. We used it, and then it was like, then we got pregnant with the second, and it's like, okay, this is the time. We don't have the bandwidth.
Well,
for all of this.
I would say this way more authentically than that. We decided that our value system and that boat did not align.
Correct.
We wanted me home to raise the children, but not stuck at home to raise the children.
Well, it was Gator or Ron or
it
somebody.
Was Gator.
She challenged.
Sell the boat and sell your Tahoe.
Well, he didn't say sell it. He said, just make your list. Right. Here's your income. Here's your outgo.
He challenged our thought processes.
And it wasn't you have to get rid of these things. But he goes, if you want your wife home, if you want your wife to mother your children, because initially you were like, I'm not staying home. I'm a military woman. I'm rah. I won't be a stay-at-home mom, blah, blah, blah. Then
we don't have to talk about
Then once we had the kid and she's holding her, she's like, they stay home. Well, we had accrued debt. Let me finish my thought here. Roll with me, okay? Hang with me, because I'm going to lose this. I've already lost it. Gosh.
Actually, the moment I held Jacelyn,
yes,
I said, don't send me back to work.
But so we were rolling forward with, we could handle the payments because Kersha was working or she picked up another job or whatever. So we could handle the bills. But then it was, I don't know what you were doing. There's no telling. But she was always the last one hired, first one fired, it seemed like. It was out of that
also
season.
2009.
Well, yeah, whatever. It's a blip in the radar. But we were in that mindset, again, fed the American dream, have all of these things, and these will bring pleasure. And that was when Gator sat down with us. He's like, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but he's like, if you could get rid of that, then here are pieces, the cash flows back into your bank account, which then could allow you to stay home.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we just bought this thing like 2-3 years ago. Where it was what in reality, you're still upside down on something when you buy it brand new. So I'm thinking when we went to go list it or looked it up, whatever, blue book for boats, however you list them, I don't even remember anymore. But we looked at the price and it was like we were upside down on the boat. We owed more than it was worth.
Right.
And I remember we had that conversation. I'm like, why would I pay more? Why would I pay to get out of something? It made no sense in my brain. And Gator challenged our thinking again in the sense of, okay.
No.
He challenged mine. It is called mentorship for a reason. Men do need mentorship. That's true. I would agree. But it was mentorship. He was feeding into me. And he challenged me. He's like, if you were to sell that and be upside down, let's say $3,000. He said, how quickly would you recoup that if you kept paying the rental, the insurance, the store, the maintenance fees that you had ongoing? And I want to say it was like 6 months, maybe 8 months, somewhere in there.
I don't know.
Whatever the number was.
We had a bonus. We just paid it off.
But we did. We paid it off. But it was, I hadn't looked at it that way. Because then it was like, well, then you're free. It's free and clear. Yes, you want to be right side up on things. But it was just that perspective. And it was thinking differently, but it was getting back to the American dream component. It was us getting you home. It was you being able to spend time with the kids, you raising the kids, not being put into a daycare, and I'm not, for those that are listening or watching, like, I'm not against that. I'm not talking down on that. It's just our goal was to get you home to help raise our kids too, to sow into our kids so that it wasn't, they were with someone 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Other than us.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Okay. So back to
seemed very sophisticated.
the American dream
Pretty
versus
deep.
God's plan. Thank you for that marvelous
That's a lighten up here.
story. Gosh. Lighten up or cool off or both.
I don't know. It's just on a block of ice, maybe. I don't know. Here we have. What's the next one?
Okay.
Surprised I'm not sweating yet.
So at the end of the day, oftentimes, and I say we as in we're included in this.
Oh, you're including me on this one? Last time you were like, this is just him with the mentorship. Go ahead.
Hey, you said that, not me.
All right.
We want purpose without sacrifice. We want a calling, but without surrender.
Yeah.
And we want faith, but without risk.
I'm here. Use me. But let me hold on to this one thing.
So, Brian, can you explain to us? Can you give us
Why did you have to go to me?
Story?
Is there anybody else in this podcast? Darn it.
Can you give us a story where God has called you to put yourself in uncomfortable positions?
There's several that come to mind. What are you? Guide me a little bit more. Like, what are you?
Guide?
Yeah, guide me.
Am I your guiding light?
Yeah, you're my GPS. So what are you wanting me? Which story do you want me to share? Let's go
I
there.
don't care. Pick a story.
God stretched me. Well, we just built the house. We talked about that in the past. We built the house, and God's like, "You're going to sell it." And we were both. You were in prayer about it. You got it before I did, and I was like, "No way, no way. I am here,
Y'all,
comfortable."
he wouldn't even draw out. God has asked me to draw out house plans for the next home. He wouldn't even draw them out with me.
Oh no, well.
Because
Go back to what you drew that on. That's a whole nother podcast in itself. Of
type A personality. We know this.
she used Christmas wrapping paper
Because it has the grid on the back.
Most people use wood paper, but that's fine. Drafting paper.
I didn't know how to scale it.
It's all right. But he came to me after she had kind of brought it to me in prayer and was like, okay,
I will sell the house.
I will do this, but I will, and it was give and take in my mind. And that's only been like 4 years ago, whatever that is now. About 4 years, I don't know, whatever it's been, 2 years ago. It's just, there's this tug of war of, I'll do it, but I guess that's probably the best way to describe it. Yes, God, I'll be obedient, but, and I think a lot of us go through, I want this thing. I mean, again, New Year's resolutions, people kick these things off. God, I want you to do this. God, I want you to do this. But if you're not willing to do something, he could give you all those pieces. They don't look like it. I think I read that or heard it somewhere. It's like, I gave you all of these pieces. No, God, I wanted a cake, but he gave all the ingredients for it, but you didn't see it in that light.
Right. I mean, if you pray for patience, he gives you challenges.
Yeah.
If you pray for grace, he gives you growth.
Well, that or
opportunities for growth.
He'll give you a lot of ways to try to stretch yourself. A
lot of ways. So. A lot of ways.
I don't know. Is there another story that?
No.
I guess it comes to your mind. I mean, there's several that are in there.
And I think just giving an example.
Job changes could be another one. It's like, well, I want more money. Well, I mean, I think that's probably one of the biggest things for a lot of people is that, I just want to make more money. But it's a bigger picture to that than just the money aspect, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, and looking back, we can talk about how the job change gave experience and expansion in network that then allowed you to take on the next job.
Oh, yeah.
But changing jobs, period, is something you don't like to do.
No. I mean, yeah.
He's like a stress ball, guys. When it comes to changing a job. He does not like change.
Who wouldn't be?
And so God...
But, I want to go back to that. Being the head of the household, the man of the household, the broad shoulders of the household, I went through a lot of years of, it's on me. I have to carry this.
So what did you learn?
Yeah. Give it to God. Because at the end of the day, he's going to open those doors or close those doors
Right.
as they're supposed to be.
Right.
And again, I think we get so, I mean, I was guilty of this, getting hyper-focused on one thing, and you kind of lose sight of the other things around it.
Right.
And there are blessings out there. It's just a matter of just kind of walking through that, like you said, that the different networks of people that doors have been open to.
Yeah. And one thing that I've learned in this, chasing the American dream versus God's will and doing the I will follow you, Jesus, but personally for myself is I idolized the call on my life rather than the God in my life.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is hard to depict between the two, because you're like, well, God, you wanted me to do this for you. And so I'm willing to do that. And I'm praying for that to happen so that I can feel the success of staying obedient in you and growing in you. But I had my eyes fixed at 20 feet in front of me rather than my eyes fixed above me. And I think that we have to determine, are we chasing God's calling or are we chasing God?
That's deep.
Well, I mean, are we just going to stay surface level in 2026?
No.
Or
we're going there.
Or what?
Boom. Just
but
there.
I think that's where we can get a Christian flavored comfort culture.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people just love the vanilla mindset. Vanilla. It's like, I just want to be, everyone happy-go-lucky, everyone kosher, don't ruffle any feathers, or we just do it because.
Or we get into this like, well, this is who I am.
Yeah.
I'm chasing God's call on my life. Okay.
Sure.
Am I chasing God? Am I longing to be closer to Him as a whole? Or am I longing to be closer to Him in this one little slice of His call? His calling is much broader than the thing that He's asking you to do.
Yeah. And that goes back to, I think, people getting hyper-focused on one piece of it,
right,
instead of the bigger picture.
So I just think that it's important for us as Christians to assess and reflect.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Are we chasing the American dream?
Mm-hmm.
Are we chasing God's plan? Or are we chasing both?
I think this could be, maybe a multiple segment piece, because I would like to grab perspectives of even my parents, being the baby boomers generation.
Yeah.
Obviously what they were shared with as the American dream, invest, put into your 401s, all, doing all those things. But then there's a lot of people that are still struggling as baby boomer generations are still working.
Right.
And so we might have to explore that a little bit.
Well, and that's also like, it kind of leads into like the next episode. We could talk about, what it takes to get bigger, to climb higher, to collect more, but stay safe, retire early, make yourself comfortable.
Well, I think back to even one of the podcasts that we had earlier in 25 with when we had Hunter on, and how building his company, it wasn't, he didn't just sit back and say, God, just bless me and just do a few things. I mean, he worked very hard at building his company,
right,
but God blessed the favor. The favor was on him as he built it. And the scale of that, he didn't just look at one little piece of it. He stepped back and said, God, where else do you want me to take this?
But God also gave him those gifts and talents, and
Correct.
Hunter used those.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the broader picture of that, of, okay, God, use me, give me the call, but make sure that your eyes aren't fixed in front of you. They're fixed above you.
Yeah.
And allow that light, because see, the light coming this way can only hit the ground and reflect up. The light shining down can cast into any form of darkness.
If you were sitting too close, she almost like hit me with her finger.
Oh my gosh.
But yes,
He's
it
so dramatic.
can cast out. You're right. Yeah. The light. Yes.
The light.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Light defeats darkness.
Yeah.
As long as we're looking for it. Right? I don't know.
I'm surprised you didn't like whip out a little flashlight.
Don't have it with me. Because
Nope.
we're recording on the other camera, so that's why. But
Oh.
it's fine. No, but I think back to the point of just kind of getting hyper focused on those things. I hope and I pray that as people are evaluating 2026 and setting these goals, I hope you've taken the time to reflect on 2025.
Right.
Just like we're kind of, I mean, we did a little bit before, but we're doing like some of the podcasts we've had, the conversations of the people we've met. I think those all play into the pieces if you're willing to use those.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those are pieces of the puzzle that God has put in your path, your journey, that may not, when you look at them, kind of like you were saying, like if we just hyper focus on one area and it's like, I can't see it. I think of a word search when you're looking for words and you start, you're like scouring and you're like, sometimes you just kind of step back and look at it a little bit differently. All of a sudden the word pops out on its own. At least it does for me. And
I think it does for everybody.
yeah, whatever.
But okay.
It's a light bulb moment for me. I don't know. That's, but I think that as we're looking in those specific areas, it's like use those pieces to then frame out the bigger picture, as you were saying, instead of looking ahead or down, looking up to God and saying, okay, use me only if you have to be willing to.
You mean Jesus didn't say, take up your latte and follow me?
No. I'm thinking when Peter stepped out of the water, kind of back to the beginning of this whole podcast, you were saying taking that risk. Peter stepping out of the water was true faith. And then once he took his eyes off of God and started getting distracted on the water, sloshing, the storm, that's when he started to sink. Correct.
Right.
And what did God do? What did Jesus do?
He reached down and grabbed him.
Reached his hand down and grabbed him. That's right. So he saved him. So it's like we think, oh my gosh, this world is caving in. This challenge, this job, this scenario, I don't think I'm ever going to get out of it. People can get out of it. There is a way. It's just being focused on God and his path.
But it's also allowing it to be in God's timeline.
Correct.
And that gets frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
I remember last year when God asked us to start a podcast. I mean, there were financial obligations that came with that made it uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then us doing that, God then opened up a door for different finances to come in that then allowed us to step back into a comfortable state. God will stretch you, and whatever you're holding on to, he's going to try to break down to show you you're holding on to that. And like for Brian for a really long time held on to a house that I never felt like was mine. I felt like I built it for God.
Mm.
I built it for him. I didn't build it for me.
Yeah.
And the night that I first laid my head down, it didn't feel like my home.
It felt like mine, but that's okay.
He was just tired. He just laid his head down and went to sleep anyway.
Pretty much every night.
Anyways.
Okay.
So, that
conclusion, sorry.
Yeah, that wraps up our first episode of 2026.
Okay. So what's your challenge? You gave a challenge earlier and I've forgotten it because it was so early on. You kind of threw me as a cliffhanger. You're like,
my challenge is, are you chasing the American dream?
Mm-hmm.
Are you chasing God's will?
Yeah.
Or are you chasing both? Which is, God, I will take up my latte and I will follow you instead of take up my cross and follow you.
Yeah.
So,
until next time, have a wonderful evening. And thank you for joining us on another episode of Crazy Unbelievable Faith. Take care.
Bye.